Fiddly Abdi, Danny Boy here, and we're back for race number 6, the final competitive race for the championship. It is the turn of the electrics to start pulling some weight. It's the electrics haulage weight. They are all lined up against the Spanish train, getting a win in the single units, and the Norwegian. Basically a first, second, third here, and then the fourth was the USA train. Let's see how they will get on this time. We will push pause and make sure they are going to Bishop Waltham. Yes, they are. Or these two are. I suppose they all will be, because they are facing the right direction. It's difficult in the single units because the front of the train obviously is identical to the back of the train. But obviously when they've got the carriages, obviously the back of the train is the end of the carriages. But enough of that nonsense. We are ready to rock and roll. So in 3, 2, 1, and go. And they're off, and the pitiful horns come on. Yep. Looks like the USA train making a break for it on the right hand side there. I forget, is the USA the best train when it comes to haulage? I know the German train is quite decent, so is the Russian train. I'm not sure about the other three. I would imagine the French train would be quite decent at haulage as well. We'll keep an eye on our German train for the moment, since it is kinda in first. But it is an uphill run at the beginning, so whoever has the most power, their colours will truly shine here. They'll be able to get out in front. It looks like this Lufthansa Express, the class 103. Decent, and the American is definitely in second. And I'd go as far as to say that the Russian is in third. Now, when it comes to glitches, there was one definite. It was the German train. Just as it was coming down here, in this section it's approaching, it did have a sort of freak moment. Now, don't worry, they're not glitching, they are slowing down for this corner. So now we will see, because they will have to slow down, then they will have to get back on the power again. Looks like the Norwegian train ain't doing so good. Hey, there's the Spanish train. Even the French train is beating them too. So it could be a reverse order. Well, no, not really, because the French train is not as far up yet, but the American is doing well. So the electrics definitely have, when it comes to the championship, they are sort of more consistent. There is no clear winner in that championship yet, whereas the diesels, it could well be the American or the Chinese. And I suppose the steam trains, the Germans, British and Americans, either one of them could win, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. But as I said, the next at the races will be, it'll be all just a sort of, because it's midway through the season, because this is round 5. Before we go on to round 6, I will do I'll make up a track, maybe a couple of tracks, and run some of the races that were mentioned in the comments section, so keep an eye out for them. Definitely freight, however I am on the fence whether to add the big boy in the freight race, because it really is the be all and end all of freight trains. So it's probably, by all accounts, even though it's the oldest, will decimate all the new stuff, or going by the stats that it's got, it probably will. So Spanish train is in 4th just, and it looks like the USA train is losing a place to the Russian. I knew the Russian train was quite decent at haulage. Looks like the German train is way out in front, barring some technical difficulties, we'll say. It should be good till the end. We will also have the bonus race after this, which is trains that are all the same. I have selected trains that are all the same. We'll run them around the track and see how they get on. And barring any glitches, it should be a true indicator of which line was actually the fastest. But we only technically, I only do it in I don't do it in the reverse. I only do it going in the forward section that the single units actually ran on. So, and it's not often you always get a glitch. Last time it was the Australian freight trains. They were pretty cool, great models. I think it was Danny T who made them. So, excellent work, dude. So they are, or no, where are they? This is Aylesbury, isn't it? If I click on a house, you tell me where you are. No, you do not. Okay, so I need to go in here. Oh, there. Oh, it's Colborne. So where the hell's Aylesbury? Oh, it's over here. Excuse me. Right, so the German train is in first, however. Actually looks more interesting at the back here. French train is just, it's a buffer in head, really. Buffer ahead. Russian train is definitely second. Who the hell is third? You. Just beating the Spanish train and no more. Where are we? Right, you'll be exiting the tunnel momentarily. There you are. The rest of them will be in there for a while. You are quite far ahead now. Oh no, you're not. The rest of them are just behind you. Don't glitch. If you glitch, that's it. Game over for you, German train. Norway is last, isn't it? So you're not so hot when it comes to hauling stuff. But as a single unit, you are pretty decent. Now it looks like the Spanish train is in third. And it looks like the Spanish train might even get up to second. Maybe. If the Russian train can hold on. They've still got quite a while to go though. Now they're coming down past Aylesbury. You're not as far in front as I thought you were. No glitches though. Everyone seems to be doing good. Ah, Norwegian train has passed the French train. How has this happened? Or when did this happen? I would say the Spanish train's probably in second now as well. Stupid tunnel. Hate the tunnels. I don't know why I put in so many tunnels. Right, there we go. Now they're out. Let's have a look at you, Russian train. No, you're still just in second and no more. Just. Right, these guys need to space out. Kinda. German train is still in front. They're about halfway around the map. They will have to go around here and around there. I would say they're actually about 3/4 of the way around. Right, French train, are you back in fifth? You are. This one's gonna be close. German train is still in front, doing 114 miles per hour. Slowing down for the next corner though. Looks like the Russian train is managing to creep ahead. But now, who is third? Oh dear lord. This could actually be a draw between the USA and Spain. We may have to go to a photo finish. There is the German train just in front. Russian train behind it. Ooh, you two are in the inside line. Bad for you. But in a second, once you get round to this corner, you'll be on the outside line. So no glitches yet. That's good. I may have spoken prematurely. I don't want to jinx it. I think I totally jinxed the German train the last race. Right, France, are you still in fifth? Yes. Do I need to change this? I would say the USA is still in third. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see. It's pretty close between these third and fourth places. It's pretty close between these fifth and sixth places. German train though, you are approaching Bishop's Waltham. Ooh, thought that was a glitch, but it was just a sort of weird pause. Right, everyone is looking good. We are absolutely going to have to go to a photo finish. For these guys at least. And this Russian train's carriage is going to be in the way. Now, I may have to let them finish slightly earlier because they will start slowing down going into the station. And they don't all slow down at the same time. It would seem as though different trains have different brake settings, and some can keep going at a higher speed for longer than others can before they need to start braking. Because I've almost screwed up results before because I thought a train had been passed at the end, but it's because it was braking for coming into the station, and the train behind it could brake late, so it passed it at the last minute. But that shouldn't count as a win. Alright, Germania, where are you? You are coming round past Bishop's Waltham. Right, these are here, but we're going to use the end of the bridge as the finish line. So you're coming round. In fact, I'll find out where this train starts to brake at the end. Right, so you were doing 74, 75. This is going to be a tight finish. You're doing 89, 90, 92, 87. Right, so you started braking around this section here. So let's go. Now it's time for the photo finish. Is that close enough? Maybe. Whoa! I screwed that up. But it doesn't matter because... yes. Russian train in second. Yes, American train in third. Spanish train in fourth. And who the hell won out of you two? French train? French train's doing 89. Norwegian train is doing 89. Go. And they both start to slow down. So French train in fifth. That's what we are going for. There's the results there. And these two start to slow down. French train definitely won. It's definitely a bit the Norwegian train there. So there you have it. As the racers come to the finish line. That is it for the final competitive race of round 5. On Shutter Island, we will let them cruise to the finish line very, very slowly. There was a reason why I made this track 30 miles per hour, or 20 miles per hour. I can't remember what the hell it was for, but there you go. Right, stop you. Russian train in second, well done. American train in third, well done. Spanish train in fourth, fifth, and sixth. So I've barely moved these. They have sort of been battling against each other. But the German train, a clear winner there. Absolutely no glitches at all in this race. So it seems as though it's just the single units and things that are slightly faster, like diesels and electrics. They seem to glitch on the single units, but they don't in the haulage. So I'm quite happy with that, actually. So a win for the German train there. It getting its way after it had the only glitch in the single unit race. The Russians doing well to get second. America in third. Spain in fourth. France in fifth. And Norway in sixth. So we will go to the points table and check out the championship standings after round 5. So at the end of race 6, the final race, Germany getting a win there. The Russians redeeming themselves, getting up there in second. USA still middle of the pack, getting a third place. That's still pretty good. Spain won the last race but didn't do so well in this race. Still sort of in the middle of the pack there, so still quite decent. France getting 2 points again, and Norway diving from second place to first. So that's the race standings. We'll head to the championship standings now and see how these results affect the table. Right, so here we are. Germany still well in the lead with 48 points. They needed that win there to sort of get them a few more points above everyone else. Norway with 39, and at last place did not help them at all. They really needed more points to try and catch Germany. Russia is in contention for second place also with 34. So is Spain, with that win getting them up there. USA has been sort of finishing middle of the pack, so they're stuck there with 32. They are only 1 point behind Spain though, only 2 points behind Russia, and well, only 7 points behind Norway, so they can still get second place. However, France ain't doing so good. They've had some rather bad luck. Hopefully they will get some more points as they can sort of catch the rest and join the battle for second, or maybe even first, who knows. But that is it for the final race. As always, if you did watch this and you'd like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if you'd like to see more of what is happening in the future, then hit that subscribe button. Next up is the bonus race. It's the last race on Shutter Island. But for round 5, race 6, the Electrics Haulage race, that is it. Done. That is the last of the competitive races. Next is just the bonus race, which is just something I like to do at the end. But as always, I've been Danny Boy. This has been Transport Fever at the races on Shutter Island, and I will catch you later.